Hi. So I've been playing so many like D chords, D minor chords, F chords. My fingers are bleeding. The F chord definitely like makes my hand go super numb and gives me a cramp. So, but anyways, I'm on a strict regimen of like 3 times a day lately. But I just have to say that I miss the bass guitar. I'd rather go ultimate, become a pro with that. Keyboard's alright. Shaking the tambourine is my favorite while I sing. Of course, singing is my main instrument, but my voice. So I have no choice but to quit smoking, which makes me really annoyed. I don't know if it'll take forever, but I'm annoyed because I made a damn deal with the universe that I needed a replacement for my oral fixation that wasn't like doesn't involve sugar or something. So it's like a power struggle. But yeah, now I kind of like have to quit right now. Seeing as I can't get the unemployment I deserve to get. But anyways, just like a little message for, just want to like give a little message to my dad. Dad, you know what, you're the only one that thinks that you're the only one that thinks that the way that you've treated me is normal. Okay? Everyone else realizes how completely abnormal it is, especially now that I have had no choice but to stand up for myself and tell the truth. And the reason I can address him on this is because he's part of the whole shenanigan circus. Given prosperity, word of faith movement a real bad name. No, the truth of my story is gonna be told. He tried to tell me that like I was not grateful when he tried to tell me that. He tried to tell me that I was like ungrateful because they're like breadcrumbing a little bit as another like narcissistic family tactic. But I have to be grateful because there's people out there walking on the street. You know, and they'll throw me a 20 or 2 here or there, even though they're well, my dad gave up the big money to be a preacher and became a little modest, and we did foster care, so we had our days of getting pawn shop gifts for Christmas and thrift store clothes. That's why I started working at age 14 for Air Force recruiting. It's super funny that like I would have been like, I don't know, I want to be vulgar to say that they would have bonered out to sign me up, but I would have been an ideal, a top-notch freaking candidate during those recruitment years. But then once you get psoriasis, you're no longer eligible for the military. Actually, I met a guy over in Willow, and he would have been a great person to be in the military, but the fact that they've had to cover up certain liabilities and turn psoriasis into like a mental disease. Yeah, it is affected by stress. Everything is, because your whole immune system is broken down, but that's not why it happens. So anyways, it's really sad to think the fact that he would have been a really great soldier. Like, he had a screwed up back, and somehow he was able to get through all of that, those hoops, to where he would have been accepted concerning his screwed up back. But no, the fact that he had some psoriasis on his skin, they wouldn't take him. Had I known that I was going to end up with leaky cone head back in the day, I probably would have joined the military, because they would have had the means and the treatment for it, although they're not going to tell the truth about it. they would still, in their little DARPA hospitals, you know, treat like Gulf War syndrome and whatever, especially if it got severe to the point where you got shingles in your head for 6 years. Yeah, no, I totally would have went in. There was like definitely a certain reason that they subcontracted civilians to do their Department of Defense well inspecting jobs for sure. Carter and Bill Clinton were like the ones that tried to follow up and find us again, but it's hard to know whether that was actually to check up on our health truly and treat us, or just basically because we were guinea pigs that needed to be followed up on for their little research, and targeted and whatnot, up for elimination. So it's hard to know, you know what I mean? I was in Who's Who of American high school students, 555, with the Bill Clinton Award. Also, others among that, archery. I've been playing the Hunger Games for a whole lot of years now. They didn't expect me to make it this far. But I have, and I did, and I lived to tell the story. And so anyways, no, like, I was an ungrateful one with having going back to the financial status of my family, just short of a rich family. But the thing is that they are having difficulties now, and it has to do with karma that you don't escape. You don't even get to escape them with good thoughts and good intents. You have to actually fix situations. You have to take action to correct the action. You actually have to do something to protect your daughter's life. I believe, like, you know, when I saw my friend and she talked about like healing and this and that, no, like, I definitely believe that it could happen. That could be a thing, and I know that I could do it all myself, or like keep it in remission anyways myself with like the right, proper, secure setup and everything. I'm a whole lot better than I was, but no, I know that I've been left in this situation in particular for my dad's soul to be saved for reals. So I hope that happens. I really do. But like, their businesses would be prospering a whole lot more if they actually like did right by their own family member. You know, they wouldn't even share my Facebook medical fundraiser. They wouldn't even share it. They wouldn't drop 20 on it. They wouldn't support my life being saved whatsoever. They wouldn't even share it on Facebook. It was too embarrassing for them. It's much more important to have all these fancy vacations, you know, to make it look like you got a lot of money or whatever. But no, I was the ungrateful one, you know, because I'm not like allowing them to abuse me and walk all over me more, because I have to beg them for $20, $40 because I get put in these situations. It's all on purpose. It's all done intentionally. But like at the same time, it's like I don't even feel comfortable going in the child care center that I started, where in like any other case besides one where somebody has been like freaking I should make videos like this. In any other case. Are you taking me seriously right now? Do I look funny now? In any other case where like somebody would be like, I'm dehydrated, I'm being fried like a bug in my own house. Go figure. But in any other case where somebody was a founder of a program and people like actually gave a flying rat's ass and hadn't been like told complete lies about the whole founding of it, and people would honor said founder of said program. But I don't even feel welcome going in there. And of course, like the way that it works with narcissism is there's like this whole like pretentious, like fake nice, like we're gonna smile and we won't say anything, but we sure will give our coworker in the office the look, the eye, the smirk. It's the smirk that says it all, you know. And I think sometimes when people are so too far gone, they can't even control the smirk anymore, you know, and it's really gross. Oh, and that's what I was starting to say in that other video, is that like the so-called investor at the hot springs, you can see the spirit is the same amongst people that, and it really is an insecurity, and it's really sad. but it's like a jealousy. It's jealousy. Like she was like actually a shitty karaoke singer. I mean, she wasn't shitty. Okay, she was okay. She was okay, but she wasn't like trying star status like I was. So like, you know, it was like really hard for me to like. I wanted to help them plan these parties, you know, but I got ousted. There I was like competition, and somebody was jealous. You know what I mean? And so I didn't get a help plan. Cowboys and Aliens, and I had to work. I started being scheduled and working the nights that they would have those, so that the girlfriend could shine and not be overshadowed and stuff like that. But she'd have that same smirk, that like fake nice smirk. And then it's like they try to do stuff to like actually embarrass you in front of their friends. Like they think it's cool. It's just so like schoolyard, like lame, like pathetic. Like I remember one time, like it was like the beach night, you know, and I was wearing like work clothes, sort of. Like I had no like Hawaii stuff in the hot springs in the winter, come on. But I did have like these one leggings that were insulated that sort of were tropical looking. And there was like it was cool. There's a mechanical surfboard, which I had like pantyhose on under my leggings, under my skirt, because it was so cold at that hot springs. That's why I'm wearing these. That's where they came from. But I'm thankful I got them there, because, you know, I might have to be begging for gas to keep my dog warm here in 2 days. Which they'd probably arrest me for, so I gotta figure out a legal way to do that. I only had to do that once and actually put like jewelry up on a cardboard sign down by Darby. It wasn't in Darby, it was in Stevie. I'm pretty sure it was in Stevie. But I like, you know, I was like, if I ever get to the point where I got a fly sign, I'm gonna hang some jewelry on it and be like, not looking for a handout, just a sale. And I put it on my Instagram, which they've hidden, but it said basically like time, tell the truth, Star David on each side, chronic tree, chronic lime. And I remember I sold like a petrified wood and leather necklace to a really cool dude to get me $20 to get up to the hot springs, so that I could have a safe place to live once camping season and summer was over. But I'm talking circles again. Oh yeah, back to that karaoke night. I rocked it. So I had like pantyhose on with my feet, which is super slippery, right? But I stayed on that friggin' mechanical surfboard longer than any of them. With slippery pantyhose on. And oh, but she did this thing where like she was like, oh, you're up, like just try to get me to go up, and like I wasn't. They didn't call me. It was somebody else's turn, just to like friggin' like you know, I mean, you know, she could have been drunk, but it seemed like more than that, you know. The shiner showed up. Some people don't like having a shiner around. Sabotage a shiner. Let's all like gang up. Sabotage a shiner. Sabotage a shiner. Yeah, so no, I don't even feel welcome like at the place that is there because of me and my daughter. And it's sad, and like it's sad because like I know she means well for the most part, and I have to be grateful for the breadcrumbing. It's better than nothing, right? It's better than walking around in like below zero weather. But it's not right. It still don't make it right. It's like the many years of subtle slander from my narcissistic family. It's like been very hurtful and painful, and I do better away from them. But like, you know, it's annoying. It's annoying to go find something and somewhere to be and have something set up just to get screwed out of your position by jealous, wannabe, nefarious managers or so-called investors, you know. Oh, this is the whole reason I made this video. I'm gonna have to make a like separate little one, but the reason I'm making this video is I have to admit to the real reason. The real reason that I have been fired and thrown out of these places is because they were surveilling me and being paid to surveil me from a higher source, all about money and greed stuff. But they get paid to record me and surveil me. There's multiple sources. There's ones that are trying to cover up the liability of me almost being killed here for being chronically ill by the police. And then there's also some like jealous, nefarious, karmic kind of, so anyways, I get surveilled, and people get paid to like record me. And so then, and I can tell when it's happening. So then at that point, I start praying out loud that the wolves in sheep's clothing would be exposed, that, the pretenders and nefarious criminals, those that feed on others would be exposed and found out and found guilty, true justice be established, workers of true justice have spiritual eyesight, and then even that the earth would uncover, graves, lairs, trysts, that the earth would actually work with the elements to uncover evidence and stuff. And then it was cool because like after I prayed that, I actually had like the whole like rainbow shines on Gabby's truck thing like come up like right after, and I'm not trying to do it to boast of myself. It's just kind of cool to actually like see some confirmation once in a while, you know what I mean, of your prayers being answered, because like they've literally like me praying that and stuff while like nefarious criminals have been surveilling me has caused them to get rid of me really, really quickly, and so that's the real reason that I've been fired and thrown out of these places is because I pray against criminal actions by criminals that are surveilling me. And why I'm in these situations with zero help. And a breadcrumbing family that would rather tell lies about me and gossip about me and slander me over many, 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 many years than help my life be saved. So sad. I can't like step my grounds too much because there are landlord situations that are family owned. As if that doesn't support the stories even more. I also want to say thank you so much to the legitimate tarot readers, the legitimate prophets, the legitimate psychic community. I don't know what I'd do without you guys, because when things get really, really, really rough, and it's at that point again where it's rough and desperate and very life-threatening, and they know that. That's why my stuff's being hacked. Well, one of the reasons my stuff is being so hacked concerning being able to put in this unemployment claim, because it's like at this time of year I can't go camp, like I can't go run to a campground and camp for free like I could before. It's really bad when this happens in the winter, and that's why like the whole thing ended up the way it did concerning that welfare not welfare check, it was because it was like freezing cold and like 2 feet of snow and stuff. And so yeah, to be put like they're trying to actually put me in a place where basically my life is threatened and I have nowhere to go and no money to do that, and my life is in danger. And yeah, I know, like it's a lot better when I get put in this situation in the summertime, but it's interesting how like it happens. Well, actually I would have made it a lot better if I weren't having to deal with legal stuff concerning all my stuff being ruined at that last place. There's some reason that he had to break the law and get rid of my stuff and defile. I quite literally feel defiled from the dude. I was telling my daughter how basically like I would catch him filming me, recording me from his phone, and like it's so funny because like people pretend like they're on their phone but they've got it pointed right at you, you know what I mean? But it was like really bad, because it was like right when I would wake up, and my dog is like 16, so he has a harder time holding his stuff, so I'd have to like hurry up and get him through the place. And that creepy manager like moved his bed into the living room, like where the door and the living room were right there. But so I'd be wearing like this blue like romper set, and it was like I have no bra on, maybe not underwear, but it was just very revealing, you know what I mean? And I'd have to like walk past him, and like put the dog out, like so he'd go to the bathroom and wouldn't go inside the place up there, and I would have the camera pointed at me, you know what I mean? And creepy. Anyways, I'm gonna stop this video now and continue it. But I did want my dad to know that, Dad, you're the only one who thinks your abusive behavior is normal. I guess that's why you have to overcompensate and lie about me and slander me and make things up about me, and have had to for many years to try to justify your actions. It's a shame. It's a crying shame. I hope you get healed before your life is over. I hope you get over it before your life is over. I hope you choose to come correct and make things correct for the sake of your soul, for the sake of your judgment. I hope you do the right thing. And, you know, that's more than just driving my beer truck, which suddenly has no more functional brakes, or, you know, like, and the clutch is screwed up, gaslighting me the whole way. It's going to take a little more than that for your daughter's life to be saved after all the damage that all y'all have done collectively to her.